Now, Oreo released a progressive commercial. Yes, it's very progressive, and we're going to watch it in a little bit. But before that, we're going to point out the inevitable discussion which takes place on Twitter, where you have a progressive individual saying, right-wingers mad. And it's very interesting because you have these companies that time and time again are plagued with various scandals, sometimes of human rights abuses. And all they have to do to get the sympathy of people on Twitter is to show a commercial with a progressive message. And it's borderline comical when you think about it. A couple of years ago, it was the left wing that was complaining about corporations exploiting people, and they were complaining about late-stage capitalism. And in some cases, it's the exact same people, because I remember them with their Twitter handle who start defending these exact corporations the moment a small progressive ad starts playing. That's it. They immediately shut off to everything else. All of a sudden, a bad company becomes a good company. Now, what's interesting is that this goodwill on Twitter doesn't seem to translate to sales in real life. The progressive Twitter user might love the message. He might even start laughing at a person that doesn't enjoy the commercial the same way they do. But at the end of the day, it doesn't seem to translate into sales in real life. And it makes sense if you think about it. You don't even need a study. You don't need a doctor in a lab coat to understand why this type of progressive advertisement doesn't end up in increasing the sales. And the simple reason is that they're not advertising the product. The product is supposed to be the main focus of a commercial. It's supposed to convince people on why they should buy that particular brand. Maybe that brand is cheaper, maybe it's better than its competitors, maybe it has some features that the competitors don't have. But it needs to have something. You need to convince the person that buying your stuff is not only something that the person wants, but it's something that the person desires. And with that in mind, let's look at a Oreos commercial from the 90s and compare it with a commercial from the same company which came out only a couple of days ago.
This time, if the cream's on my side of the Oreo, you're gonna marry Emily Fletcher. If it's on my side, you're gonna marry Laura Fisher. All right, twist. Both sides. Bachelor. All right. Twist it again. That's practice.
Oreo, unlock the magic.
So in this commercial, we have a funny skit, and its main focus is relatability. Trying to get the viewer to relate to what's going on. And it's very simple to understand. I mean, probably a progressive person won't understand because they're going to look at this and they're going to think, oh my God, misogyny. This is why misogyny exists. It's because Oreo has indoctrinated the people from the 90s. Tovarish, we must do something, comrade. If we don't do something, then the women are going to get oppressed. Comrade, only we can save the women through the power of our socialist ideology. Okay, meanwhile, in the real world, almost every guy can remember before puberty, when we were kids, we were nice to some kids and we were mean to others. And more often than not, it happens that the girl you were mean to at school becomes the most attractive and most popular girl in high school. And almost every guy goes like, God damn it. Why can't I turn time back? Right? So it's relatability. It makes you smile. It makes you think of a happier time. Secondly, it's also promoting the actual product. Like you have two kids, which is the target demographic for sweets, by the way. And they're playing one of those ridiculous games, which probably all of us played when we were in school. Again, relatability is the key aspect here. And it encourages the viewer to replicate this game. How can you replicate this game? Well, by buying a pack of Oreos. Because you can't play it without Oreos. It's something that's particular to this brand. Now, whether you're left-leaning, right-leaning, an elderly person, a younger person, of various races, upbringing, sexuality, there is no way you cannot relate to this commercial. Like, it transcends race, it transcends politics, it transcends everything. And this is why when you scroll down to the comment section, what you're going to see is like, this was my favorite commercial when I was younger. One of the few 90s commercials that I loved. And really, everyone loves this commercial. Like, I can't find a single negative comment about it. It's impossible to see anything negative in this. It encourages friendship. It advertises the product. Like, from all places that you're viewing this, everything is positive. Now, let's compare this to a more recent commercial.
我们都是一家人。你们绕过半个地球来着，就是想给我们更好的生活。可是我是我爱你。
爱
我爱你。
I think you're ready.
妈妈，你累了吗？还好，还好。
你呢？你 ready 了吗？
Now, the commercial is 2 minutes and 30 seconds long, and the only time you actually get to see the product on the screen is for a couple of frames here where this girl just takes them and runs away with them. That's it. Like, this is the whole advertisement for the product, and then you get to see the logo towards the end. And I guess, I don't know, is this like asking you to or commanding you to? I don't really know. But why do people not like this commercial? And the answer is simple. We do not believe that a corporation can have good intentions. Simple as. I do not think that a for-profit billion-dollar entity cares for a single second about LGBT or whatever. The only thing that a corporation cares about is making money. So what they are doing now is a grift. They know that this is a popular thing to do, so they're doing it. Where was this message 10 years ago? How is this message standing out of the crowd when literally every single company is doing it? In fact, in modern America, in 2022, you would more likely get bullied as a company if you don't do this rather than if you do this. Because everyone else is doing it. And when everyone else is doing it, it's meaningless. Assuming that, again, like a company really cares about it. Notice how very few companies talk about orphans. Or notice how all the companies that were promoting feminism 4 years ago now have moved on to other issues because it's like a bandwagon. They are hiring a PR team which tells them what's quote-unquote popular, and they're going with that. All these progressive companies, like Walt Disney, for instance, they talk about how they support Black Lives Matter, but in China, where they know it's not popular, they minimize black people on their posters. And some of us notice this. And when we notice this, we can't accept it. I don't think for a single second that the company literally believes in the message. The place of a company is not to do politics. And what these companies are doing is not even politics. You're not going to see these companies talk about whether or not the government should reduce taxpayer spending. You're not going to see these companies talk about how the government should do better infrastructure. What they are doing is they are parroting things that seem to be popular at the time. That's it. And this doesn't sell the product because they're not advertising the product. And I don't even think that promoting your ideology like this is going to get you sales. Promoting an ideology like this can get you boycotted, and it has happened with many companies. Like, for example, Chick-fil-A has been boycotted by the left. You have Coca-Cola getting boycotted by the right. So you're only exposing yourself to backlash whenever you do these promotions. Like, for example, Gillette got boycotted by many people. And I don't see the advantage. It's just cringe. It's cringe because you know they don't believe in the message. It's cringe because they didn't have this message 10 years ago when it wasn't popular. It's cringe because they're not advertising this message in countries where these messages are unpopular. And finally, it's cringe because these companies many times do human rights abuses, but they pretend that they are progressive. And it's cringe to see actual progressive people buying it over and over and over again on Twitter, thinking that these companies are on their side, when in fact they're just businesses trying to make money. So let me know what you guys think. I see you in the comment section, and I don't know, I guess I should have like a progressive message so you guys can subscribe to my Subscribe Star. Like, what should I do? Like, donate money to me so that... I can't even do that. It would feel so disingenuous. No, I am a business. I try to entertain you, and in exchange, I hope that you guys are going to like, comment, and subscribe, and if you really like my channel, you might donate. So, there's a link to my Subscribe Star in the pinned comment, and if you definitely like the channel, do donate. I do not give you any kind, nice, warming message, or I just imagine that I did, and then you can get some buyer's remorse if you donate to me. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys in the comment section. Take care.